Aloha everyone! Our yard was a disaster, so we gave it life. At the end of 2019, my husband retired, so we decided to finally work on our yard. So by the time I retired, we could plant and grow our own food. On this side of the house, it was full of weeds and overgrown plants. So we cut them down, and once everything was cleared, we could see an opening to our front yard. We didn't want that opening, so we designed and built a fence and painted to match our carport. If you look at the corner of that opening, you can see some black pallets. These were free pallets that we picked up, so we could place them under some large pots. We put some weed barrier down, followed by some gravel, and then we had the black pallets placed for our pots. As you can see along the fence that we built, we have a mini greenhouse for our North Fork pine, and then we have some turmeric ginger growing, and my first smart pot. It's called a junior bed. Then I have a large tomato pot, and we have some lemongrass and a papaya tree. This is the same side of the yard, but on the opposite end, and I had already started some plants and seedlings. The plants, as you can see, have makeshift trellis. The only thing I could find was PVC pipe, and I had some yarn. So this is the beginnings of my planting. This part of the yard, we had to place the weed barrier down, so we removed everything. We got some gravel and spread them over the weed barrier. We placed the pallets in one area, then we placed the tiles in the other area and position our pots, and then use gravel to go over the weed barrier. So this is what it looks like today, and if you notice, the three large black pots are not sitting on pallets, because since I had already started planting in them when we were doing the front side of the yard, it was too heavy to pick up and put on black pallets, so we just left it sitting on the soil and then just put the weed barrier on the front side of it. We ended our raising of fish a while ago, so everything was cleared out and removed to our upper slope for storage. So in this area, we used to raise sunfish, so we had 2 large tanks and a couple of containers for the pump, water pump, and filter. This side of the yard was still a disaster, so once we cleaned everything out, we placed weed barrier down, and then my husband worked on a gardening table with some shelves, and then we got some gravel and then laid it all out in the greenhouse. We found some pallets that we use for shelving, and then we put our plants on, our house plants that we had collected in the time when the front 2 parts of the side yard was being built. So once the weed barriers were placed, we had pipes that we used to build like a little frame whenever we went camping, or if we did some sort of craft fair. So we used those same frames, and we made a roof using the shade cloth. We used different percentage of shade cloth. We used it for the top as well as around majority of the sides, but we left the doorway so we can go in and out. So here's our greenhouse. The last of phase 1 was our walkway. So we already had gravel and some pavers down, so we needed to remove them, and we put more pavers down from the side of the house to the back side of the house that was behind the fence. So we put the pavers, and then we put coral chips around the sides. So this is how we took our yard disaster and transformed it into our garden of life. Mahalo for watching my video. Please leave a comment as to what you like about the video and also what you would like to see in future ones. Please click the like button and also subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Instagram, and I do post weekly. Mahalo.